But the next generation is the Ephraimites, and that's the Joseph generation, the Joshua generation. Joshua led them to take lands. They were taking lands, conquering more lands. They were fighting, taking over. That's the Joshua generation. Joshua was from Ephraim. Now, Ephraim means double fruitfulness. So that generation came with prosperity. So after the Levite, the holiness movement, the next movement that hit the church was the prosperity movement. And the prosperity movement was brought by God to establish the kingdom. Zechariah 1:17, my city shall yet be spread abroad through prosperity. So God brought that movement because the church has signed a bond with poverty. And we are starting equating poverty to piety. That the more poor, the poorer you are, the holier you were. The Levites. So God brought the Josephs or the Ephraimite generation with the revelation of prosperity, that the believer too can prosper. And the believer too can take interest in this world and take interest in the earth for God. Because Ephraimites, they were taking lands. Levites don't have lands. A Levite doesn't have a land. But the Ephraimites, the Joshuas, they were taking lands. But the other side was that the prosperity movement came and God revealed that revelation to some people. They started teaching it very well. But there are people who got hold of it. They had not passed through the Levite generation. They didn't have the capacity of the Levites. And they got hold of prosperity. And they messed it up. They didn't understand why God was bringing prosperity to the church. They thought that it was just for them to spend it on themselves. And so the prosperity message was taken. People who had not gone through the Levite generation got hold of it. And they started messing up with it. As if it wasn't God who brought it. It was God who brought it. But people started seeing prosperity as an end in itself. Not as a means to an end. Because the reason why God gave them gold in Egypt, when they came from Egypt, he gave them a lot of gold. In fact, he planted Egypt and gave them gold. The reason he gave them gold, they came out, there was no shopping mall to spend the money. Imagine God give you money from Egypt, then you came out, no shopping mall, no supermarket, nothing to buy. In the wilderness, even their clothes, they didn't outgrow their clothes sizes. It grew with them. They didn't buy food rain from heaven. They didn't buy meat. They ate quails, water gasped out from the rocks. They were not sick. There was no hospital. They were not sick. The Bible says that none was feeble among their tribes. So why did God give them gold? He gave them the gold because the tabernacle had to be decorated with gold in the wilderness. Some of them didn't know the reason why God gave them gold in Egypt. You know what they did? They fashioned the gold into a molten calf and worshipped it. So people in the Ephraim generation who were not Levites at heart, they see money as a god to be worshipped, not as a tool for the advancement of the kingdom. Because the essence of gold in the hand of every wise man is for the king. Matthew 2:11, they opened their treasures and they gave him gifts, gold. Genesis 2:11, he said, and the gold of the land was good. And I said the first time gold appeared in the Bible was Genesis 2:11. And the first time gold appeared in the New Testament was Matthew 2:11. And that gold was for the king. So the Ephraim generation, they are prosperous, double fruitfulness. That's why the charismatic movement is the most prosperous movement so far. Charismatic. God, they came with that prosperity message. And God blessed them. But there are many people that were not Levites. They are not been trained as Levites. Because you have to be a Levite to be able to handle prosperity. Otherwise, you'll be covetous. That's why there are many believers who do many things, use dubious means to make money, and they come and give testimony. Because we are in the Ephraim generation where everything must be prospering. But those who have not been through Levi school, they will always be enslaved by money. Because I'm telling you, Mammon is a very, very strong contender. The only person who competes with God is Mammon. There are only two masters, God and Mammon. Not God and Satan, God and Mammon. And Mammon competes with God for the souls of men, the heart of men. So anytime it's about money, it's about their heart. It's about loyalty. He said no one can serve two masters. You will either be loyal to one and disloyal to the other. You either love one or hate the other. So money, mammon, is about loyalty. It's about your love. Money in your hand will show you where your heart is. Let God bless you right now. Your heart will be revealed. Yes. If let God bless you right now with money, we will not be able to advise you anymore. Or let's say you get a position of authority. No, I mean, can you still be advised by your pastor? Let's say God has opened the door in politics. Now you are there. You forget why you are there because you dodge Levi. Because Levi must train you. You must be trained in the house.